All right, we have big news coming in from Sriharikota because that's where the Indian Space Research Organization is gearing up for GSLV NVS-1 Navic satellite launch. Looks like there's been a downpour there, but that's not stopping the space enthusiasts, youngsters from schools, colleges who have gathered there. And it's heartening to see the number of space enthusiasts at Sriharikota to witness the launch. The team of scientists tracking the latest. Let's dip in for a while to understand what's happening.
Based on liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen stored at cryogenic temperatures as propellants. This stage operates for 13.5 minutes and increases the relative velocity of the rocket from 4.7 kilometers per second to 9.7 kilometers per second. The satellite NVS-1 is injected at an altitude of 251.5 kilometers with a relative velocity of 9.7 kilometers per second. Let me remind the viewers that the geosynchronous transfer orbit of NVS-1 has a perigee of 170 kilometers, which is how far the satellite will be at a point nearest to the Earth, and apogee, or the farthest point from Earth, of 36,744 kilometers nominally. Thrust burns of the satellite will then take it to the geostationary orbit.
So the spacecraft is part of the Navigation with Indian Constellation, the abbreviation Navic, and it's a series. It will aim to provide monitoring and navigational capability. Remember, because these are indigenous aircrafts that are being made, it is also about how the Indian Space Research Organization is pushing its merit to ensure that we can come at power with the global space missions. And that's about 3 minutes away, so I would like to stay on this big story. It's important as much to cover these issues which is about the Indian space missions one by one. Remember, in the past few months, there have been GSLV launches of different kinds that have been put into the orbit. This one specifically will be terrestrial, aerial and marine transportation. It will have location-based services. There will be personal mobility, resource monitoring, survey and scientific research. There will be dissemination and synchronization of the information. So they will be in touch with the ground stations and safety of life alert dissemination as well. The mission is expected to last 12 years and is being launched with an indigenous developed rubidium atomic clock that will be attached this time from the Space Application Center. It's very interesting to see about how this is unfolding, and we'll go on the ground in just a short while, staying on with these visuals. On one side, remember, the hard work of many of these scientists for many months, and this is of course the GSLV NVS-1 that you're looking at will be launched in just about the next 2 minutes. Shilpa Nair, quickly, before that countdown begins. Shilpa, this is going to be very interesting because it will help us in our space capabilities as well, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Pooja. In fact, yet another prestigious launch as far as the ISRO is concerned. This time around, it's a GSLV, that will be carrying an NVS satellite, NVS-1. That is the name of the satellite that the GSLV will be carrying and placing in intended orbit. Just few more minutes or few more seconds left for the launch of the GSLV S-12. In fact, the mission director and ISRO chairman S. Somnath, SDSC director Rajarajan, LPSC director V. Narayanan are present at the mission control complex, and members of the public, including children, are seated at the viewing gallery, and they're all holding umbrellas because the temperatures, of course, are soaring. It is around 34 degrees Celsius. So members of the public who are very keenly interested in watching the liftoff or the launch of the GSLV, they are also seated at the viewing gallery. And the mission director, of course, had authorized the launch of this navigation satellite. And in just a few seconds from now, it will take off.
Shreya, because we are in that final stage of the countdown, and this is ISRO prepping before. Remember, this is just a part. The big launch will be of the biggest missions of the year, Chandrayaan-3. Before that, so let's stay on now.
Minus 25 seconds.
ES2 VSPP open.
Minus 20 seconds. Minus 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
Lift off normal.
प्रज्वलन और सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन GSLV F12 का
P3 tracking. P2 tracking.
चारों L40s तथा कोर बूस्टर S139 अपना सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए उद्देश्य कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर।
Performance